The city has been walled up. We're stuck with breathless crawlers roaming as far as the eye can see. We're surrounded by strangers, and the only thing left to do is survive. We can't give up now. Welcome to RPG ABC. My name is Landon, and with all the talk about the D&D OGL going on, I think there are people out there looking for other experiences, other games that they can play. And I'm taking a cue from Bob Worldbuilder, who I do follow. He decided to use, to show off a tabletop RPG that frankly looked awesome. And I want to do the same. So I'm here with Breathless. Yes, I pointed the right direction. Yes. Breathless is a fantastic tabletop role-playing game that I've played, I've really enjoyed, and I want to share that joy with all of you. So, if you don't know, Breathless is a zombie apocalypse RPG, and it's very light on rules, which makes it very simple to really just jump in. It consists of 4 pages. On this PDF that I'm looking at right now, it has 4 pages. But one page is that image, and another page is the character sheet. And the third page is mostly tables to roll on for different things. So realistically, this could be a 1-page RPG, but they threw in a little bit extra flash in it, a little bit extra content for us to use, which I really appreciate. There's a link in the description for this product. I am not sponsored or anything like that for this. I don't get a cut of this. I just really love this system and think people should try it out, And so I want to get into how it plays. And it plays very much like a normal RPG that you've probably played before. There is a GM that, basically runs the game, and there are players that talk about what they want to do. It says right here for players, narrate what your character does, make checks when things are risky, which the GM will ask for, give everyone a time to shine, which I think is important for any RPG out there. And it talks about checks, and unlike something like D&D, where the GM just makes up whatever check they want at whatever DC, this has rules laid out for the players to follow, where if you roll a 1 or a 2, you fail. Something goes wrong. If you roll a 3 or a 4, you succeed, but at a cost. And if you roll a 5, you succeed. The higher the result, the better the effect. And you might be thinking, oh wow, this sounds so easy. Those numbers are not very high. Well, Breathless doesn't use a d20. I know. It technically does, but that's not what you're going to be rolling for these checks. So, let's get into the skills that you'll be using. There's bash, dash, sneak, shoot, think, sway. And sway is like a charm, manipulative, intimidate, that kind of stuff. It's, to draw a comparison, like charisma. And the thing is that you assign these stats to a particular die. From a D10, a D8, a D6, and the rest of them get D4s. So every time you want to use one of those skills, you roll the die associated to it. And then on top of that, so let's say you roll a D10 for a stat. For one of these skills, you picked a D10 and it's come up. You've got a check to make. You roll that D10. Whatever the result, that D10 now becomes a D8. Which means it's going to be harder to roll those higher numbers. And then next time you roll that, it'll become a D6. And next time you roll that, it'll become a D4. And D4 is the lowest. So, everything can just work its way down to a D4. And I love this. Absolutely love this. It adds that resource of, I'm getting tired here. This is a lot. Oh boy. I am putting in a lot of work here, and because of this, I'm not gonna have that energy where I need it later on. And everything just continually gets, kind of worse for the heroes, or the survivors, which is kind of appropriate for a zombie apocalypse type of story. You can, of course, reset these by taking a rest, and the rulebook is very loose on what catching your breath is. That's what they call it here. It says you can even do it during combat, which, is a little bit iffy, I would say, because it does tell the GM to throw in a new complication if someone tries to catch their breath. So I would recommend doing it outside of combat, because in combat you could just make a bad situation worse by, I'm going to catch my breath, recharge some of what I have. Oh great, a new horde has just showed up. Or, oh great, now there's someone shooting at us thinking we're zombies when we're fighting off zombies, or something like that. So I just love that mechanic of you roll the die and then the die gets smaller. And so, okay, I'm going to roll that die. Okay, well, now I'm less likely to do as well. So that check of, is it a 1-2, you fail, 3-4, you succeed, but at a cost, 5+ you succeed, and of course, the higher you go, the better result is, gets harder and harder as the die gets smaller and smaller. And with a D4, hey, you have a 50-50 chance whether or not you succeed. No matter what, something bad's going to happen. So is that really the skill you want to use in this situation? I think that's a great question. I think that right there is why I love this system. Of course, with that, you also have a stunt point sort of thing. It's an extra resource. You get 1 per catch your breath, rest. And you get to roll a d12. Now, that doesn't get smaller or anything. You just get it once. So you got to make sure that counts. And then on top of that, of course, you have items. Special items that you might pick up. The items follow the same rules, except the d6 is the final die that you roll for that. And once you roll the d6, the item breaks or something along those lines. It's no longer good. You can no longer use it. Again, setting in motion this idea of everything's going to continually get worse. How do we properly use our abilities to keep it going? Absolutely love this system. Highly recommend you check it out. And in fact, I love this system so much, I will be running a game in this system. If you didn't see the short that I put out, you will have seen the clip from the beginning of this video. I am going to run this game for some people. You might be included in that. January 20th, around, 5 p.m. Pacific, I will be running this game for 4 people. I think 4 people is a good amount. It says 2 to 5, so I'm going to run it with 4 and see how things go. I'll be the 5th, So, if you want to play this, if you are like, oh man, this sounds awesome, how do I get in on this? Go down below and click on the Discord link. You'll join the Discord I set up, and we'll see where things go from there. You will find a Breathless section, reply in there saying that you want to play and all that stuff. I will be also going to another Discord group that's really helped me as a DM to, get better and stuff when I was running more frequently. And I'm going to offer them a chance to join in as well. So hopefully you are one of the first, and if not, that's okay. You might still be able to get in. My channel is not very big, only 15 subscribers as of this recording, which means you have to beat 11 people to get in. And I mean, not to bag on my own channel, but my videos usually don't get that many views. So you have a good chance of joining me, and I would love to see you there. Just Discord, check it out, like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and just maybe you and I can survive the zombie apocalypse together. And of course, until next time, keep rolling dice.